All right, so there's a new global race happening right now. But this isn't about planting flags or launching rockets. Not even close. This is about the future of computing itself. And it's splitting the world into two very different camps with two completely different strategies. Let's break down this divide. It all really boils down to this one question. How do you win? Do you go all in, build the most powerful machine the world has ever seen? Or is there a smarter, more agile way to get ahead? The answers to that are already shaping the next century of global power. And here they are, the two competing philosophies. On one side, you've got the builders. I mean, they're literally pouring concrete. They want to control the physical hardware. For them, this is all about national sovereignty. But on the other side, you've got the surfers. They're all about mastering the code, using the cloud, and prioritizing agility. It's a fundamental split in strategy. Okay, let's dive into the builders first. For these nations, you have to understand building their own quantum hardware isn't just some infrastructure project. Oh no, it is a full-blown national mission. And that motivation, it runs deep. This isn't just about having the coolest tech. It's a philosophical choice. For these countries, it's about security, about self-reliance, and ultimately about having the power to write their own future, on their own soil, with their own hands. And wow, when we talk about commitment, you just have to look at China. This $10 billion figure you're seeing, that's not just a line item in a budget. It's a massive statement of intent. With huge projects like the Messiah satellites and their national quantum internet plans, China isn't just trying to participate. They're aiming to define what quantum power even means. Now, the United States is matching that scale, but with a totally different style. America is playing more of a decentralized long game. All this funding, it flows into a deep, rich ecosystem of national labs and research centers, building the foundations, layer by layer, qubit by qubit. It's less about one single grand project and much more about creating a resilient, powerful base for whatever comes next. But look, this whole builder strategy, it's not a monolith. It's not one size fits all. Each nation has its own unique flavor. You've got Germany, for example, focused on what you might call national craftsmanship, building an entire domestic supply chain from the ground up. The UK, meanwhile, is all about modular systems. Japan is obsessed with precision. And Russia is going for total full-stock independence. So yeah, they're all building, but they are all drawing up their own blueprints. Okay, so that's the builders. Now let's flip the coin and look at the other side of this divide. See, not every country has the resources to build these machines from the ground up. But that's not a weakness, it's just a different, and you could argue, a more clever strategy. And this right here, this is the core of the surfer playbook. I mean, think about it. Why spend billions on labs and machinery when you can just access state-of-the-art quantum computers through the cloud? This approach lets nations completely skip the hardware arms race and jump directly to what many people believe is the most important part anyway, developing the software and algorithms that will actually use these powerful machines. And the poster child for this strategy? You have to look at India. They know software, and they know scale. Now, sure, they do have hardware research in their labs, but their major global play is to leverage their immense software talent to become an absolutely indispensable part of the quantum ecosystem. The goal isn't just to participate, it's to be the country everyone needs to write their quantum code. And India isn't alone here. This is a whole global movement of really smart strategists. You've got countries like the Philippines focusing on access over ownership. You have nations like Portugal and Egypt investing in what might be the most valuable resource of all, people. They are all building research communities that focus on the code, not the concrete. So, we've laid out these two camps, right? The builders and the surfers. But what if that's actually the wrong way to look at it? What if this isn't a simple race, but really the emergence of a whole new kind of global ecosystem? This one idea, it reframes the entire competition. It's not about the quantum haves and have-nots. It's about builders and integrators. You need the hardware dreamers, and you need the software tacticians. They're all part of a complex, symbiotic relationship. And that brings us to the big takeaway. On this new quantum chessboard, both of these roles, the builder and the integrator, are absolutely critical to creating the future. You can't have one without the other. Let's be clear. The builders, the ones pouring the concrete and wrestling with the atoms, they are essential. They're the people pushing the physical boundaries, defining the very edge of what this incredible technology is even capable of. But a machine, no matter how powerful, is just a paperweight without a purpose. And that's where the integrators come in. The software tacticians, the quantum poets, if you will. They're the ones who will teach these machines what to do. They will be the ones to decide how we use all this unprecedented power. And so that leaves us with this one final, fascinating question to think about. In this strange and beautiful race toward a quantum future, who will ultimately have more influence? The people who build the hardware or the people who write its soul?